Grandpa
Grandpa
Swann.
Swann. Well, he had the bluest eyes. Now, see, he had those sky blue eyes. Grandma had brown eyes. And my dad's family, the blue eyes were predominant. My dad had the sky blue, beautiful eyes. I wish I could have gotten those, but I got mine watered down. Now, Grandma Swann, I think, is where Charlotte got her brown eyes from, because Charlotte, at times when I'd be around her, she'd have a little gleam in her eye, just exactly like Grandma Swann. And for an instant, I would see my Grandma Swann looking at me out of her eyes. No kidding.
Didn't Grandpa Wyatt say that, was it Grandma Wyatt that was kind of a pistol?
Yeah, she was temperamental, I guess. But I said, I understood that when Hilda told me, and some years before she died, we were down there visiting her, and she said Grandma Wyatt had terrible asthma. And here she had 8 children, nothing primitive, everything was primitive. I mean, in the 1800s, you know how primitive that was. And I said, well, now I understand why she was temperamental. She felt terrible trying to breathe. She couldn't hardly breathe. With 8 kids to cook and scrub clothes on a scrub board.
She was probably cranky from...
Yeah, absolutely. She didn't have any patience left with not feeling good. Now that told it all to me. If she had been born another day, I'm sure her personality would have been different. But Grandpa Wyatt, I've always felt close to him because everything I ever heard from anybody about her, and even one of my older cousins, that was Uncle Emmanuel's daughter, that did what Wyatt history there was, and she said that she related how they go down the lane to visit him, go to his house. You know, there was a lane going down there, and how he'd meet him on a frosty winter morning with that twinkle in his eyes, greeting him, you know.
Grandpa Wyatt?
Uh-huh.
That's your Grandpa Wyatt?
Yeah, my Grandpa Wyatt, I never knew. I didn't know that either one of Grandpa or Grandma Wyatt, because they were all gone. They were both gone before I was born. It was only my Grandpa and Grandpa Swann that I got to know. And see, I was, when Grandpa died, I was 25, Swann, and I was 29 when Grandma Swann died. She had real bad arthritis. She was in a wheelchair, had been for several years. She died at 90, and Grandpa was 94. Now, Grandpa had a stroke sometime before he died, and then I think he had another one that took him. But I'll tell you, he was very tender-hearted. Very tender-hearted. I remember the last years that he lived, and we would go there, and when we would get ready to go, the tears would well up in his eyes.
Oh.
And he would have to wipe away the tears. But he really mellowed out a lot as he got old. You know, he just was really, tender-hearted. Grandma was such a good person, too. She, when I think about all the good cooking she done on that old iron stove, no matter how hot the day was, I still can see her with the double boiler and having to put the big old fire in that stove to get water to a boil to where she could use a double boiler to make 7-minute icing to put on the cakes. That 7-minute icing was so tricky. And she had that old egg beater, old crank egg beater. And she beat that stuff. And then every once in a while she'd pick it up, look at the stream, see how it was doing. But she knew the exact second to take it off to where it wasn't too sticky and it wasn't going to be crusty, real crusty neither.
Hi, you guys. Sorry to make you wait. I'm a little behind, but I'm
That's
trying to
okay.
catch up. How